XRP just officially closed the book on its 4-year legal nightmare. And while everyone's celebrating the lawsuit victory, the smart money is quietly positioning for what could be the most explosive ETF approval in crypto history. What I discovered in these 2 breaking reports will absolutely blow your mind. Make sure to watch this video entirely until the end, because this could change everything for XRP holders forever. What's going on, my crypto legends? Goldrush here from Gold Rush Crypto Daily. And you just walked into the epicenter of alpha, where we don't follow the crowd. We let it. Today we're diving into 2 absolutely game-changing stories about XRP's future. We've got the official closure of the Ripple lawsuit and explosive ETF speculation that's got institutional players salivating. This is absolutely massive. Let's dive into this absolutely explosive article from coinbase that literally made me spit out my coffee. The Ripple versus SEC lawsuit is finally, officially, completely done. Let me read you this nuclear intel. On August 7th, the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit came to a near end as both parties filed a joint dismissal of their respective appeals. Did you catch that? Joint dismissal. Both sides literally walked away from this fight together. Here's why this is absolutely massive. The smart money has been waiting 4 years for this exact moment. Check out this data. Both parties will cover their legal costs, and Ripple will pay $125 million, much lower than the initially $2 billion. They went from a potential $2 billion penalty down to $125 million? That's like getting a parking ticket when they threatened to tow your entire fleet. This settlement is absolutely nothing compared to XRP's market potential. According to coinbase, XRP has been officially recognized as not security, yet the formal closure on the case remains. This is literally rewriting the playbook for crypto regulation. While Bitcoin and Ethereum had regulatory clarity handed to them, XRP fought through 4 years of legal hell to earn that not a security badge. And that badge is worth its weight in digital gold. The article reveals, former federal prosecutor James K. Fillon shared the SEC's status report, dated August 16th. We're witnessing history in the making. This status report is the final nail in the coffin. Once the U.S. Second Circuit approves this joint dismissal, we're looking at complete regulatory freedom for XRP. Think about this. Institutional players have been sitting on the sidelines for 4 years waiting for this moment. The smart money doesn't wait for retail to figure it out. They're loading up right now. Now, if that lawsuit closure has you fired up, wait until you see what's happening on the ETF front. Before we dive into this absolutely nuclear second story, smash that like button if this regulatory victory is getting you as bullish as it's getting me. And make sure you're subscribed because the next 6 months in crypto are going to be absolutely legendary. And this community has called some massive moves together. The connection between these 2 stories is going to blow your mind, because what we're about to discuss could turn XRP from a legal victory into a trillion-dollar asset class. Check out what Block News just dropped that literally gave me goosebumps. This piece is titled, Ripple CEO's Old Remarks on XRP ETFs Resurface, Stirring Speculation and Legends. The timing of this couldn't be more perfect. Let me paint you the picture that's unfolding here. According to this brilliant report, a clip from late 2024 featuring Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has found its way back into circulation this month, sparking new debate about XRP's place in the ETF conversation. But here's where it gets absolutely explosive. Listen to what Garlinghouse revealed. Garlinghouse highlighted how Bitcoin ETFs, after their U.S. debut in January 2024, raked in roughly $17 billion in inflows within weeks, what he called the fastest ETF growth in history. $17 billion in weeks. And that was just for Bitcoin, which already had institutional adoption. Now imagine what happens when XRP gets the same treatment, but with 4 years of pin-up institutional demand behind it. Mark my words, this is where it gets nuclear. The article continues. According to him, the launch of such products wasn't a matter of if, but when, hinting at a wider expansion beyond Bitcoin and Ethereum. Did you catch that? The Ripple CEO isn't hoping for an ETF. He's stating it as an inevitability. While retail is celebrating the lawsuit victory, the institutional playbook is already written, and XRP ETFs are Chapter 1. But wait, there's more that absolutely blew my mind. Check out this insider intel. The post listed firms like Bitwise, Grayscale, Fidelity, WisdomTree, and VanEck as among those linked to filings. These aren't mom-and-pop crypto shops, legends. These are the titans of traditional finance who manage trillions of dollars. When Fidelity and BlackRock start filing for crypto ETFs, they're not gambling. They're positioning for generational wealth creation. Now here's the contrarian take that's got my trader instincts on high alert. The article mentions, market watchers noted that ETF rumors have repeatedly driven XRP's price swings in recent years. Still, they stressed that real impact depends on regulatory green lights and demand once the products actually launch. But here's what they're missing. We just got the ultimate regulatory green light. The lawsuit is over, XRP is officially not a security, and institutional barriers just completely evaporated. This isn't rumor-driven speculation anymore. This is mathematical inevitability. The smart money understands something that retail is just figuring out. When you combine lawsuit victory with ETF applications from the biggest names in finance, you're not looking at a price pump. You're looking at a complete transformation of an asset class. And get this, according to the report, as of August 2025, multiple XRP ETF filings remain stuck in review with the SEC. But here's why that's actually bullish as hell. Those filings were stuck because of regulatory uncertainty. Now that uncertainty is gone, the SEC can't use the security classification argument anymore because XRP just proved it's not a security. Call me crazy, but I'm seeing the exact same setup that created Bitcoin's run from $20,000 to $73,000. Legal clarity plus institutional demand equals parabolic price discovery. We're literally watching the blueprint repeat itself. Legends, let me synthesize what we just witnessed, because this is absolutely massive for anyone holding XRP or considering entering this market. First, we have complete legal victory. For years of uncertainty, just evaporated overnight. XRP is officially not a security, and institutions can now trade it without legal fear. That's not speculation. That's regulatory fact. Second, we have multiple ETF applications from the biggest names in traditional finance sitting on the SEC's desk, and the primary reason for rejection just disappeared. When Fidelity files for a crypto ETF, they're not hoping it gets approved. They know it's getting approved. Third, we have $17 billion of proven demand for crypto ETFs in just the Bitcoin space. Now multiply that by 4 years of pent-up XRP institutional demand, and you're looking at numbers that could absolutely dwarf Bitcoin's ETF launch. This changes the entire game for XRP holders. We're not just looking at a legal victory. We're looking at the foundation for potential trillion-dollar institutional adoption. The same whales who loaded up on Bitcoin before its ETF announcement are positioning right now in XRP. Now, this is my analysis and opinion for educational purposes, not financial advice. Always do your own research and never invest more than you can afford to lose. But legends, the data doesn't lie. And what we're seeing here is the convergence of legal clarity and institutional demand that creates generational wealth opportunities. Hit that notification bell because timing is everything in crypto, and the next few months could be absolutely legendary for anyone paying attention to these institutional moves. The smart money is positioning. The legal barriers are gone, and the ETF floodgates are about to open. This is Goldrush from Gold Rush Crypto Daily, and I'll see you legends in tomorrow's Alpha Drop, where we're going to dive deep into what this means for the broader altcoin market. Going full parabolic mode, and this community is leading the charge. Peace out, crypto legends.